Hi, this is Chief Meteorologist Matthew Hugo here at UKWF for the latest Farming Forum weather forecast covering the forthcoming weekend of Saturday the 7th and Sunday the 8th of November. Clearly of late the weather has become far more unsettled and essentially more what should be expected really for the time of year. So starting with a quick look at satellite imagery, there's quite a deep area of low pressure, this region here passing to the west and northwest of Scotland. And the cloud associated with this low pressure is now moving eastwards across many areas, with showery outbreaks of rain progressing generally northeastwards as the rest of the morning progresses, and also through into the early afternoon. However, as you can see, just moving into now far western areas of Ireland, there is a clearance behind these weather fronts which will progress eastwards across many other areas of the British Isles through the course of Friday afternoon and into Friday evening as this wet weather clears away into the North Sea. However, we do look to the southwest of the British Isles, this region here, generally to the west of Iberia, where further low pressure systems are forecast to develop through the course of the coming weekend, which will maintain the predominantly unsettled theme with outbreaks of rain, some heavy spreading across England, Wales and Ireland in particular on Saturday, and then wet and very windy weather spreading across Scotland, Ireland and Northern England and Wales in particular on Sunday. So the rather autumnal theme will continue, but temperatures will remain very mild. Just a quick look at our latest rainfall radar animation. As you can see, the showery outbreaks of rain in association with that cloud moving northeast at the moment across many areas of the British Isles. Clearly, the rain is quite fragmented in places, but equally there are some locally heavier bursts. So while some areas, for example at the moment parts of North Wales and the Midlands, are dry, clearly outbreaks of rain and showers will then move through. But again, as I highlighted, there is a clearance now moving in from the west. So let's take a look at the expected weather now in a little bit more detail. And through the remainder of Friday afternoon, winds moderate to fresh, locally strong, south or southwesterly, and there's the outbreaks of showery rain moving north and east. As you can see, by the time we get to the middle and latter half of the afternoon into the evening, Friday evening, most of the rain then begins to clear away. So by the time we get to around about 9 PM this evening, the rain has cleared away into the North Sea. And yeah, there may well be a few showers in places, but as you can see, a lot of dry weather does follow on behind. And tonight will be a somewhat cooler night than the last few nights, but still nothing untoward for the time of year. Now, as I highlighted, we look towards the southwest once again as we move into Saturday as the next area of low pressure develops. So as we move through Saturday, an area of low pressure will cross Ireland through the Irish Sea and also move across parts of northern England. So a particularly wet day is expected across, again, Ireland, most of England and Wales, and perhaps into southern Scotland as well. There is some uncertainty about the northern extent of this rain. Perhaps central and northern areas of Scotland may well remain mainly dry through most of the day, but emphasis is certainly on a lot of wet weather across England, Wales and Ireland, and the winds will be moderate to fresh, perhaps locally strong south-westerly. That weather system clears away through the course of Saturday evening and into Saturday night, and through towards Sunday morning a ridge of high pressure does build in. So Sunday morning starts reasonable, particularly across more central and eastern areas of the UK, predominantly dry and potentially after a locally chilly start. Winds on Sunday becoming southerly or southwesterly, moderate or fresh, but then increasing as the day progresses. The next area of low pressure then passes just to the west and the northwest of Scotland. So by the time we get to the middle of the afternoon, quite a deep area of low pressure, this feature here, passing just to the west of Scotland. As you can see, note the close proximity of the isobars, these black lines indicating particularly windy weather across the northern and western areas of the UK, and clearly also note there is outbreaks of rain as well, some of which will be heavy. So a particularly wet and windy day is expected on Sunday across Scotland, northern England, Wales, Ireland and perhaps southwest England, but no southeastern areas of England experiencing a reasonable day overall, particularly in comparison to further north and west. That weather system clears through the latter half of Sunday, but then the next weather system approaches for Monday to reintroduce yet further wet and windy weather. So clearly a far more unsettled spell of weather is on the way through the remainder of this weekend. Temperatures, as indicated at the beginning of the video brief, generally remaining above average, with highs typically ranging between around about 11 and 16 degrees. Nights still relatively mild as well, with little or no chance of frost. So essentially an unsettled and very mild weekend ahead.